We are joined now by the mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey. Mayor, thank you for joining us this morning. We just showed that video of you, and we heard about what the council is deciding to do right now. So will you veto a council resolution to dismantle the Minneapolis Police Department?
Let me be clear. I am for massive structural and transformational reform to an entire system that has not for generations worked for black and brown people. We have failed them, and we need to entirely reshape the system. We need a full-on cultural shift in how our Minneapolis Police Department and departments throughout the country function. Am I for entirely abolishing the police department? No, I'm not. And so over the coming days and weeks, I'm looking forward to working with council and talking with them about deciphering what particularly they mean when they say ending and abolishing. And I'll be talking with them directly.
Well, they were very clear last night. This has to be the beginning of the end of the police department. You also have people like Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, who represents Minneapolis, saying the police department is rotten to the core, that it can't be reformed. They believe it has to start from the ground up.
Well, and in looking from the ground up, I look to our chief, Arredondo. This is someone who literally sued the police department for racial discrimination. This is someone who's chock full of integrity and has been doing the very hard work to get that transformational reform, and now he's our chief. I do support him, but let me be clear. There are so many areas where both mayors and chiefs, elected officials and otherwise, have been hamstrung for generations because we can't get that necessary culture shift because we have difficulty both terminating and disciplining officers and then getting that termination or discipline to stick. And so let me be very clear. We're going after the police union contract, the arbitration provisions that mandate that we have arbitration at the end of the process, and oftentimes that reverts the officer right back to where they were to begin with. We need to be able to have the culture shift, and if we're going to do that, it also means we need to have the ability to discipline officers to begin with.
Okay, those are some of the changes you're calling for. Is there room for a compromise here with the protesters who are saying dismantle the police department? Just lay out what a compromise might look like and how you're going to get them to accept it.
I don't want to speak for the peaceful protesters in Minneapolis. I can only speak for myself and the vision that we have for the police department, which requires massive structural reform. And so, you know, everything is on the table at this point. I think right now we need to use this momentum, channel all of this anger and sadness and energy to real structural reform. You know, and I think we're coming to a reckoning right now, a reckoning of our words from the past with our actions that need to take place now and into the future.
You're taking it from both sides during this entire crisis. We showed that video, the protesters telling you to go home, threatening to vote you out next year. President Trump has not been shy on Twitter calling you weak. What kind of toll has this taken on you personally, and do you think it might cost you your job?
You know, I have been attacked by everyone from Donald Trump to, yes, activists. But I want to be clear. I support people expressing their First Amendment rights, even when it means that they're calling me out. So is it difficult? Yes, of course it's difficult. But let's remember, this is not about me. This is about the tragic murder of George Floyd by a police officer. We need to be grounded in that as we move forward.
Mayor Frey, thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.